Success doesn't wait, so why are you? Opening hook. The wake-up call success doesn't wait. It doesn't pause. It doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't slow down for the indecisive, the distracted, or the afraid. Success is in motion always, and if you don't chase it with urgency, with obsession, with absolute purpose, it will leave you behind, not out of cruelty, but because success honors one thing above all else, those who move. So let me ask you the only question that matters right now. Why are you still waiting? Mindset. The battlefield begins within every empire, every fortune. Every revolution started in the same place, not the stock market, not Silicon Valley, not Wall Street. It started in the mind. The battlefield is internal before it ever becomes external. And if you haven't conquered the voice that tells you to wait, to sleep, and to try tomorrow, then you haven't even stepped onto the field. Henry Ford didn't build an automotive dynasty by waiting for the perfect moment. He moved in spite of it. When the world laughed, when investors doubted, when the infrastructure didn't exist, he moved, because the mind that's trained to wait will never lead. It will only follow. Follow the crowd. Follow comfort. Follow failure. You either condition your mind or your mind conditions you. You either believe in your vision with ferocity or you become another name in the forgotten crowd of almosts. Belief. The fire that starts it all. Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But he didn't stop at conceive. He didn't stop at visualize. He said believe, because belief is not some soft-spoken word of hope. It's a war cry. The Wright brothers didn't wait for approval. They believed they could fly when man was still crawling. They risked everything for an idea that lived only in their minds. What about you? Do you believe in your own flight? Or are you still waiting for someone to hand you wings? Let me make this clear. No one is coming to believe for you. You either claim your future with conviction or you surrender it to fear. Clarity and vision. Your internal North Star. What do you want? No. Really? What do you actually want? Not what your parents told you to want. Not what society marketed to you. Not what gets applause on Instagram. What burns in your soul so loud it keeps you up at night? Because until you define it with precision, you'll keep chasing shadows. Andrew Carnegie knew exactly what he wanted: to become the richest man in the world and lift millions out of poverty through education. That wasn't luck. That was clarity. That was vision so sharp it could cut through steel. You don't drift into greatness. You design it. You architect it. And then you build it with blood, sweat, and persistence. Discipline. Unseen superpower. Success doesn't belong to the talented. It belongs to the disciplined. Talent is a gift. Discipline is a choice. While others were sleeping, Kobe Bryant was in the gym at 4 a.m., drenched in sweat, chasing shadows only he could see. While the average man dreams of being a millionaire, the disciplined man becomes 1 through 10,000 silent decisions that no one sees. Discipline is not glamorous. It is lonely. It is brutal. It is repetition without applause. But discipline is the compound interest of greatness, the interest that builds wealth, mastery, and unshakable character. You can choose it now or regret it later, but you cannot avoid the price. Purpose, engine that never stops without purpose. You'll burn out. With purpose. You become unstoppable. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before the light bulb came alive. But he wasn't driven by electricity. He was driven by mission. He knew the world needed light, and he knew he was the one to bring it. You must ask yourself, what is your light? What problem are you here to solve? What legacy do you refuse to die without building? Purpose makes the suffering worth it. It turns obstacles into fuel. And most importantly, It gives your pain a name. Without purpose, you'll quit at the first storm. With purpose, you'll walk through fire smiling. Action. Only language. The universe respects the dreamers are many. The doers are few. And the successful? They are the ones who never stop moving. Success doesn't speak English. It speaks action. Walt Disney wasn't born a mogul. He was a man with a mouse and a vision. So powerful it survived bankruptcy, rejection, and ridicule. He didn't just think. He built. He didn't just talk. He moved. If you want to change your life, stop waiting for the perfect plan. Start now. Start messy. Start afraid. Because motion creates momentum. And momentum is the mother of miracles. Adaptability. Evolve or the erased. Success punishes the rigid. It rewards the agile. In a world moving faster than ever, your ability to evolve is your greatest currency. Blockbuster died because it refused to adapt. Netflix thrived because it dared to pivot. The man who clings to old beliefs, outdated habits, and yesterday's wins will be devoured by time. You must become the kind of person who reinvents himself constantly. Your ego will resist. Your future will thank you. Gratitude. The fuel for abundance. Gratitude is not weakness. It's strength in disguise. When you're thankful, even for the struggle, you shift your vibration. You tell the universe, I see the blessing in the battle. I honor the lesson in the loss. Carnegie practiced gratitude daily, not because his life was easy, but because he knew gratitude keeps you focused on what's working, not what's missing. Gratitude is not passive. It's fuel. It's perspective. It is the lens that magnifies your progress and silences the voice of lack. And it reminds you that success is not about getting everything. It's about becoming someone who can handle anything. Resilience, the refusal to break. You will fall. You will fail. You will be betrayed, misunderstood, and laughed at. You will not be broken. Because resilience is not about bouncing back, it's about refusing to stay down. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections, faced depression, and battled unthinkable opposition. Yet he became one of the greatest leaders in history. Why? Because he didn't confuse failure with finality. He used failure as feedback. He used pain as power. The world honors those who persist when everything says quit. Learning, the forever student. To stop learning is to start dying. Every master you admire was first a student, and the greatest of them remain students forever. You are not too smart to learn. You are not too successful to grow. You are not too experienced to be taught. The man who thinks he knows everything forfeits his future. The man who knows he knows nothing earns his evolution. Study those who came before you. Model excellence. And never stop becoming. Climax final awakening declaration. Success doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't pause for your fears. It doesn't apologize for moving forward without you. So why are you still on the sidelines? This is your wake-up call. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Not when the timing is right. Now. Move like your life depends on it, because it does. Think like your future depends on it, because it does. Act like your legacy depends on it, because it does. You weren't born to coast. You were born to conquer. So burn the excuses. Kill the doubt. And step into the arena. Success is already moving. The only question is, will you chase it? Or will you be left behind? Final movement. The war for your life. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a declaration of war. Because the greatest war you'll ever fight is the one inside yourself. Not against other people. Not against your circumstances, but against your own apathy, your own delay, your own excuses dressed up as logic. Every time you hit snooze, you lose a piece of your future. Every time you scroll instead of study, you vote for failure. Every time you say tomorrow when you know it's today, you sign the death certificate of your potential. You want to know what regret feels like. It feels like watching someone else live the life you were built for. It feels like waking up 10 years too late with nothing but excuses and missed moments. And let me tell you, regret is heavier than failure. Failure sharpens you. Regret breaks you. You still have time, as long as there's breath in your lungs. There's power in your hands. Power to pivot. Power to choose. Power to get up. Even if you've wasted decades. Because 1 year of brutal clarity and relentless discipline can rewrite your whole life. But only if you stop waiting. The law of momentum. Move, and the universe moves with you. The universe responds to action, not to intention, not to affirmations whispered in the dark. To movement. You want opportunities? Move. You want wealth? Move. You want freedom? Move. Because motion is magnetic. When you start walking toward the vision, doors open. When you start building without applause, help arrives. When you stop begging for signs and become one, you become unstoppable. That doesn't happen for the lazy. It doesn't happen for the entitled. It doesn't happen for the man still waiting for someone to come save him. No one is coming. No miracle, no mentor. No miracle check in the mail. You are the miracle. You are the momentum. You are the spark the world is waiting on. So stop playing small. Stop hiding behind fear. Stop pretending you don't know what to do next. You know exactly what to do. The only thing left is to do it. The future is now claim IT or lose IT. The future is not some far-off date marked on a calendar. It's every decision you make in the next hour. The next minute. The next breath. You either claim it like your life depends on it, or you surrender it to the average. Do you think the greats waited? Do you think Elon Musk waited until everything was safe before launching rockets? Do you think Oprah waited for everyone to believe in her before she became a voice for millions? Do you think Jay-Z waited until he had permission to start a label when no label would sign him? No. They moved. They moved when it was hard. They moved when it was lonely. They moved when it was terrifying. And because they moved, the world followed. That can be you. But you've got to kill the voice that whispers not yet. You've got to bury the identity of I'll try someday. You are not a someday man. You are not a when it's easy woman. You were built for the fire. You were made for this moment. And if you miss this, if you miss the window that's open right now, it may never open again. The crossroads, the choice that defines you right now. You stand at a crossroads. The paths lie ahead. One is the path of comfort. It's paved. It's smooth. No resistance. No risk. No reward. And at the end of that road, mediocrity, frustration, a slow death of potential. The other path, it's rough. It's steep. It's full of storms, setbacks, and sacrifice. But it's also full of fire. Growth. Power. Purpose. And at the end of that road, legacy. Freedom. Greatness. No one can walk it for you. You must choose right now. Because this moment right now is your defining line. The moment where the old you dies and the real you is born. The man who leads. The woman who builds. The soul that refuses to be caged by fear another day. The final command. Move like you belong there. So stand up. Right now. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Stand like someone who's decided they're done with waiting. Done with doubting. Done with letting time pass like none of it matters. Because it does matter. Every second matters. Every choice echoes. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It waits for nothing. It moves with those who move. And now you move. You move like you belong at the top. You move like your children are watching. You move like your ancestors bled for your chance. You move like the future depends on it. Because it does. And when people ask you years from now, how did you change your life? You'll look them in the eyes and say, I stopped waiting. I started moving. And I never looked back. Now go. Chase it. Build it. Dominate it. Success didn't wait, and neither did you.